another video. I hope you enjoyed last week's video. For you it has only been a week. For me it's been about 3 weeks since I've last recorded something, because if you can't tell, which you might not be able to, usually you see this anyways, but it's in the process of changing as I'm at a new setup, I'm at a new house, and I haven't really been able to record because I've just basically been taking apart my old setup and setting it up here. I am still working on this setup. It's not perfect. I'd love it to be a bit more straight on, but I want to make some cards, so we're going to make do with what we have. Hopefully you enjoy it. It's going to be a bit of a quicker video because, and I don't know if you'll be able to tell throughout the video, but there's construction going on in this area, so I want to have that sound as least as possible. So if you hear any construction throughout the video or beeping and whatnot, just ignore it. We're just going to have some fun crafting. And it'll be a super quick one today. Today we're going to do some thank you notes for party favors. And I've picked the color red and some funky colors. I have some embellishments and ribbons ready to go. So this is going to be work in progress with me. So let's just get started. Alright. Move some of this stuff out of the way and let's choose our paper. So I think for sure I'm going to use the polka dots. Okay. And what color? That one's alright. Not perfect, but no, some of these reds are a little bit too bright. So I might have to do something like that. Yeah, that's probably better. Alright, so I've picked my colors. I want to incorporate some of these. And I might keep this out just to have some pop of color. Alright. So first let's get to cutting. Now I'm going to use black paper. I have just organized all of this, but I'm still thinking of better ways to do it. So as we go on, there might be better ways, and I'm going to make notes and that kind of thing. Anyways, so first things first, we need to cut the size of sheet that we want. I want to make this not too big, so I think we're gonna do 3. I just need to see here. Okay, so we have an 11.5 sheet by 3 for now. I'm going to start just by folding maybe about 3/4 of an inch. Fold it up. Make sure it's sticking down nicely. Okay, so that is one part. And then this part's going to go. Okay, so not the easiest to see, but here we go. So I am first folding this 3 by 11.5 sheet to, sorry, it's not 11.5, it's 11. 3 by 11 sheet. Folding about 3/4 of an inch. And then what I want to do is that's going to sit on top like that. I think I just need to glue this first just to make sure it can stand up straight. Because I don't want it to wobble around. Well, I need to test it first. Make sure that it works. Alright, so just pulling my tape out and making sure that I cover this section really well. And a little bit more. So if you don't know, these videos that I'm making are obviously they come after Wednesday's video, which is the shorter version of this video. It's just basically me playing around with, or not playing around, but just doing just the movements, no talking. Movements? I don't know, the steps. That's what, I'm just doing the steps in the video. But this one actually comes before, because this is when I decide how I want to make it. So part of this video is you, the audience, watching along with me as I try and figure out what I'm making. So I think that is what I want to do. So I essentially made a raindrop, and like I said, I made a about 3/4 of an inch fold there, and this is going to be the front of my card. So card, I say, it's going to be here, popping out. And one thing that I will need to be careful with is because it's on a circle, it will want to roll a little bit, so I got to make sure I don't put any weight on the back end so that it doesn't lift up. I want to make sure that it's nice and stuck down here. So next thing I want to do is I'm going to cut 3, and I think I'm going to do 3 by 3 of this. Does this one fit? No, it does not. Get that out of the way. So and then that will sit nicely on the front. So I'm going to paste that down now. All right. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Move this out of the way for now. Okay, next I want to have a sheet that says thank you. So I think I'm going to stamp first. Sometimes I like to cut first and then stamp, but I want to make sure that everything fits nicely. Which size do I want? I think I like this size. And I'm going to use a gray, and hopefully that doesn't stand out too much. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, okay, so now I need my block. So like I said, I have a new setup and I've been working on it, and I'm loving it so far because my old setup, the only thing that I really had accessible to me was scissors and tape. And this time I've got some bars from IKEA that you can hang stuff from. Ooh, that didn't come out very nicely. Try again. Sorry. So I've got some bars from IKEA that you can hang stuff from, and I've put up quite a bit. I think the most useful thing that I've put up here is my block and pens. Because, I mean, not that I use pens a lot during my crafts, but, you know, you just use every now and then, like you pull out a pencil to mark something or you write something down. It's just very useful when you don't have to get up every time. The other thing that I absolutely love is I've gotten these. I don't really want to lift up too much. So I've gotten these trays, and they kind of look like napkin holders or file folder holders, and I think that's what they're meant for, is like files. But I've put my essential cutters in there, so I have my my cutter, my stamping block, and my stamp cleaner. I have one of my other cutters in here. I also have an envelope maker. And then when I'm not using this mat, that will also go in there too. So everything is just very accessible, and I'm really loving it. But one thing that I do need to change is the bins that I have on here. So I've gotten these bins from IKEA too, and they just snap nicely onto the bar, although as you can see, they're in the video. So I've moved it out of the way for now until I can move the camera. The camera is also not in a great place. I want it to be more centered than it is currently. So that's one more thing to change on the list. So we've punched that out. Let me pull up. And this, honestly, like, this is one of the best things that I have, because it just sits beside my desk. And whenever I need something, I just pull it right out and put it away immediately too. So I don't have to worry about it getting in the way of anything. Oh, I guess I need to cut it twice, don't I? That one. The second one, this one's a little bit thicker, so it doesn't fit that well. But that's all right. All right. Okay. All right. That's not quite. That's better. All right. So I've cut out my thank you. There we go. All right. Cut out my thank you. And now I'm going to pop it up on some different colors. Where did my dark red go? Move that out of the way. Scraps out of the way. The other thing I really want to add is a little garbage bin so I can just go. So many dreams. All right, but it will get done eventually. It's just when. So So depending on what you're doing, if I'm doing something bigger, I will usually cut the paper first. But something like small like this, I don't like to play around with the measurements. I mean, you've seen I've made mistakes with measurements in the past, and it's just, it's almost easier to eyeball it sometimes. But if you do like everything to be exact, then you can definitely measure it out. My cutter again. Alright, there's one. I'm going to leave that out for a second because I'm just going to do the exact same thing just on black paper. And one thing that I just thought of, I have a new idea. I've finished cutting my hole with my punch. I'm going to take a round edge punch and go along these two sides. Make it look a little bit cleaner. Now, do I have any red? I got these for $6 at Michael's. I don't know if, I'm sure lots of you guys that are watching will also be shopping at Michael's. So these were a great deal on sale. They're regular $10, but they're also the everyday value items, so you can't get a discount, which I just find ridiculous. It's just another scam, but it works because I keep going back. I think that red might be a bit too much, but we will see. Taking out black as well. Give myself enough leash. Oh, actually, before I completely tie this down, let me get this one in here. So I'm just threading it through the front part of this ribbon. And I'll tie that again now. Okay, so that's nice and tight, and then you just see that in the front. You can double knot that on the back if you want. Just be careful that if it's a thinner ribbon, not to pull too tight, or thinner paper too, because you could snag your paper. I'm just going to cut that one down. Okay, and then you can go ahead and tie the front one into a nice bow. Make it a prettier bow. All right, perfect. Just a little chunk off of that edge. Okay, now you have something that's hanging like so. Go back to here, and I want to essentially wrap it all the way around. This is where it would have been nice before you glue to put this underneath, but I'm going to see if I'm still able to lift this section. So I'm sorry if you've already done this, but I'm just going to see if I can do this. Yeah, it's coming off pretty easily. You don't really see this part anyways. Okay, and it's come off. Now I'm going to take more tape to the back of the ribbon. I just like to hide the ends of the ribbon because sometimes they snag and then you gotta keep cutting it off. Unless you're gonna burn it or something, it just seems easier to do this. So I'm just putting it underneath. All right. Then you can go ahead and put it back on carefully. And it's completely hidden now. So when you turn this back over, it looks like so. I am going to add a few little embellishments just to give it a little bit of extra pop. That might be a bit much. We've got such pretty red embellishments. Again, no idea where they're from, but oh, they're so cute. I need to use them for something. Okay, these are my options. Let's see. No, I don't want to take away from it, so it's going to be this. Just a tiny little one in the corner. All right, oh, I think that's super cute. And you can do something like this for party favors. As I said, it's super easy to do. It's unique. And you know, oh, it's so cute. All right, let me get some of this stuff out of the way and I will do my best to zoom in on this awkward shaped card product. Okay, there we go. We have our finished product. I hope you enjoyed making this with me, whether or not you were just watching along or making it. I'm glad you can come out and watch. If you liked it, let me know. Like the video, comment what you want to see more of. You can also click the notification bell if you want to see more for the next week's product. This one was a little bit different, kind of just like a party favor kind of thing. Super simple and easy to make. So I hope you enjoyed it and have a great week. Thank you. Bye.